Paris is one of the places in the world that's toughest on guns.
Donald Trump says that if people in France were allowed to carry guns, the outcome from the Paris attacks would have been different, more like a shootout at the OK Corral. Trump, who's seeking the Republican Party's nomination for next year's U.S. presidential election, made the comments during a campaign speech in Knoxville, Tennessee. After describing stories of how the victims were killed one by one,
"Come here, boom, one after another, hundreds of people."
He said that guns would have meant a different outcome.
Now, if you had 25 people in there that had guns, okay, it would have been a totally different story, folks. There would have been the shootout at the OK Corral, right?
His comments come at the close of the G20 summit in Turkey, where President Obama described the Paris attacks as a sickening setback in the fight against Islamic State, and that despite what his critics are saying, there's no need for a major change of course.
The strategy that we are pursuing is the right one.
Critics say that Obama's plan of airstrikes and relying on Arab ground forces to take on the militants is failing, and it's time to get tough, to which Obama replies, how exactly?
Most of the time, when pressed, they describe things that we're already doing.
As Obama met with European allies, the talk was about intensifying the airstrikes, boosting intelligence sharing, and getting Arab partners to do more. G20 leaders are also throwing their weight behind diplomatic moves to end Syria's civil war. Yet a ceasefire plan drafted in Vienna is still months from being ready, yet alone halting the refugee torrent in Europe. Indeed, following the Paris attacks last week, almost 24 Republican governors in the US now oppose allowing Syrian refugees to settle in their states, a position triggered after authorities in Paris said that one of the suspects in the attack may have entered France as a refugee. In Tennessee, Trump said that German Chancellor Angela Merkel's decision to let refugees from Syria resettle in Germany was a disgrace and predicted negative consequences for the country.
Wait till you see what happens to Germany. They're having riots in the streets. They're having crime that they've never had before. Wait till you see the end result of what happens to Germany and Merkel. No longer a fan.
President Obama has committed to accepting 10,000 Syrian refugees in the next year and had tough words for those demanding a ban on the US taking them in.
Slamming the door in their faces would be a betrayal of our values.